Okay guys, welcome back. In this video I'm going to give a complete breakdown of this trade idea, my reason behind the entry and also the target, and how we break down into finer detail the previous concept that I have shared with you in previous videos. Okay, let's get into it. Okay guys, we're on AUD USD on the 15-minute chart. Now I'm using the TradingView replay feature again in order to explain this trade setup that I have had. Okay, so in my previous videos I talked about 4 questions. Okay, have we had equal highs or lows? Have they been ran through? Has price rejected? And has price broken structure? Okay, so as you can see, the first point here I'm looking at is, have we got equal lows? Yes, we have. Now I'm just going to talk through this entire process and not really stop the video until it comes to my setup, okay, and where I got in on this trade. But I will talk at points where things have been ran, structures broken, retests have happened, so to try and get you guys to understand and see what's going on as it's playing out. Okay, so starting from these equal lows then. Okay, so the equal lows have been ran. That's 2 out of 4 questions done. Has price rejected? Yes, it has. Okay, yeah, we've broken structure. We've just broken structure right now, which was this high here that we were looking to break. We've broken that. Okay, so equal lows, run through, rejection, break a market structure. Okay, so like I said in my previous video, you're looking for a retracement back into structure in order to get your entry. Okay, now if you look here, we've got a small trend line right there, which would have had stop losses building underneath them, okay, as we started to make higher lows on the way up. Okay, then we had a run through, then we had a fast rejection. Okay, so this point here is an area of interest in order to look for a potential position. Now this isn't my setup that I took in the that's currently playing out, but this would be a level which you'd be looking to get long in order to take a position. Okay, so what do we have here? Equal lows. Okay, so underneath these equal lows is going to be stop losses sitting underneath. We're looking for price to drive through back into this point here, okay, which is also where there were stop losses here. Stops got ran, rejected. Stop losses here. We're looking for stop losses to be ran and then rejection from this point as well. Okay, stop losses ran straight into that box there, which is where we were looking for our rejection. Then we had price rejected here. And then we just had a break of market structure right here. Okay, so at this point we've got the structure break right here. And we've also got a structure break right here. Okay, so in one impulsive move we broke 2 levels of market structure. Now I wanted to pay close attention to this level here. Okay, because before we had the push above this high here, we had a down candle there. Okay, now I'm not going to be teaching what this down candle means. Okay, if you want to learn about that, you have to go to the ICT channel. I'll leave a link below. Okay, he does a fantastic job on all his free material, and like I did say in a previous video, he did used to do a mentorship, but his mentorship, he's on the final one this year, so it's January 2020. As far as we know, he isn't planning on doing another mentorship after this one, and it's already too late to get into it. Okay, so you have to go to his YouTube channel, learn all his free content. Okay, and that's the best way to learn his material. Okay, so we've now got a run on equal lows. We had equal lows, a run through them. Question 1, question 2, rejection, question 3, break a structure, question 4. Okay, so this is complete now, ready for a retracement back into market structure in order to take a position long. Okay, now my idea behind this trade setup now, this is going to be my trade setup coming in shortly. Okay, now I was already looking for potential targets before we got the entry, because I want to know, okay, where am I likely going to be able to get out of the market. Okay, and my first target is sitting just above here. Okay, so that's going to be my first target. Now if I zoom out a little bit more, there's a really clean set of highs up here, and I think the market's probably going to go for these as well. Okay, so that's going to be my second position. So once I take my first position off here, I'm going to move my stop loss into profit and let the other one run up to this point. Okay, so what's going on down here then? Okay, so if you want to understand what this is an order block, so down candle before an up move. Okay, so like I said, I'm not going to be teaching it. That is down for the ICT channel, and like I said, I'm going to leave a link to in the description below. Okay, so you can find all his material. If I go down to a 5-minute chart, then I wanted to break down what's going on in this level. Okay, so at this point we had the equal lows, 5-minute chart, run through them, rejection, break a structure. Then if you look at this down move here, okay, this was the down move that caused this up move. Okay, so this was the area I started to break down. Now again, you'll be able to learn this on the ICT channel, but I'm not going to be teaching it on here. So I was looking for an entry at this point to fill this bit of price action in and react off this specific candle right there. Okay, now again, I'm not teaching this. This is just an explanation of how I got into this trade. Okay, so that's the price point I'm looking to get in on, and I've got my potential target already set up here. Now I'm going to play this on a 15-minute chart until we get a bit closer. Then I'm going to go down to a 5-minute chart and eventually a 1-minute chart to show you the Wyckoff schematic that played out at the same time as entering this price point down here. Okay, so you can see we're starting to break structure to the downside now. Above here you can see there's a set of equal highs. Okay, so there's going to be people getting in short up here with stop losses above. My target is just above them in order to take them stop losses out. Okay, and then above there you're also going to get buy stops for buyers who are going to try and catch a breakout for continuation. Now what you want to look at is notice the impulse and how long it takes to correct. Okay, this is an indication of which direction they're trying to take the market. Okay, so impulse, choppy, 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 impulse, and look how long this takes now to get back to my price point. Okay, okay, so although it's quite steep, look at the angle of this compared to this side here. Okay, so that's more impulsive, this is more corrective. Okay, so I'm going to go down to a 5-minute chart so we can start looking at the point where I was looking to get in. Okay, and this is where now I was looking at the 5-minute chart here, which is going to be this down candle here. Okay, now I'm just going to quickly get my entry price points in order to better explain where I got in. Okay, so my first one is 77244. 77244. So that's entry 1. And then the other entry is 77233. 77233. Okay. And then the original stop was sitting at that wick right there. Okay, so we've got our area of interest where we're looking to get in, okay, which is this down candle before the up move. We've got our targets up here. Okay, now for the Wyckoff boys out there, now I've only been learning Wyckoff for about a week, okay, but what was really interesting for me was seeing this play out so close to an order block. Okay, and this is why I wanted to do this video, because I found this really fascinating, considering I've only been learning Wyckoff for about a week, to see this already starting to play out. Okay, so we had our preliminary support. Okay, we had our selling climax, then we had our automatic rally, Okay, and this is on a 1 minute chart. Okay, so it's starting to make an area of consolidation. Okay, we've taken out the stops, we've had a rally, we come back down. Okay, now we're looking for a retest. Okay, so we've got our retest right there. Okay, so what's that now? Double bottom again. So what's underneath here? Stop losses. So we're looking for price to drive through the stop losses in order to activate on the order block. So the market makers can buy the stop losses off these positions. So go down, close these positions out, buy them up and take the market higher. Okay. Okay, so that was our two positions entered right there with our stop loss sitting below here. Okay, I'll make this one red for our stop. Okay, and these are our two positions right here, so I'll make these both green. Okay, so that's our two positions. Okay, now as for the schematic that's playing out right here now, so we've got our preliminary support right there. Okay. Then we had our selling climax. Followed by the automatic rally. Then the retest. Okay, then we had a run through there which makes our spring. So I was already anticipating this area specifically from the ICT perspective. Now ICT makes a little comment in one of his videos saying if Wyckoff was still alive now, he would be ICT student, and in some ways that's probably true, because I'll show you in a minute when this plays out where you'd be entering from a Wyckoff perspective compared to an ICT perspective. Okay, so we've got our level down here, that's going to become our spring. Okay, so spring. Okay, and once we get a move out of there, so I'm going to go back to the 5 minute chart because we've already got our entry. And then you can see the 5 minute chart schematic now. Okay, so you've got our preliminary support, selling climax, automatic rally, retest, breakthrough to the spring. Okay. Then we had a fast move out of there. Okay, now like I said, the reason I wanted to do this video really was just to show you how the Wyckoff starts to accumulate right before what be an order block or a breaker down here. So me personally, I've been really just absolutely fascinated this week by learning a bit of Wyckoff over the past week and a half, and in seeing this play out was just phenomenal to me personally, and I was just absolutely blown away, especially to see how it starts to accumulate. Then they run these equal lows, then they get out of there. Okay, so if you don't understand ICT, then you wouldn't have been looking to get in down here. If you were looking to get in from a Wyckoff perspective, you're going to be looking for a retest of this down candle here. Okay, so we're looking, I'm going to put this in blue. Okay, we'll just put it in light blue there so it's easy to see. Now, although you've had this move out of here, off the spring, you're looking for a spring retest. Okay, so it's going to come back down and we're looking for a retest of this candle. Now, this is where there's two different ways to get into this market. Okay, so right there we came dropping into it, right into that candle there. That was a spring retest. So you've now got two areas where you could have potentially entered. So you've got one down here with a stop loss below here. You could have entered here with a stop loss below here. So it doesn't really matter where you enter. Both of them are really good entry points. But what I wanted to show you now as this plays out is the importance of not moving your stop loss too early. Okay, so at the moment we haven't broken a new high. We're starting to put a double top in here. Okay, now as you're putting equal highs in, what's happening here, we're getting sellers in the market in order to put stop losses below, above. I just love watching these levels play out, these equal levels. Okay, so triple top there, must be strong. Oh, definitely rejected off that. Really strong point. Definitely gonna have sellers in the market now. Okay, so this is where the sellers are in and they're about to be taken out. Okay, so sellers are now gone. Now I'm going to go back up to a 15-minute chart just to make this play out a little bit faster. Okay, so on the 15-minute chart then we had our entry, the Wyckoff entry right there. We're looking for a run up to this price point here and then eventually higher up to take the equal highs out. Okay, and that is how price is currently sitting at the moment. Okay, so if I go back to MetaTrader 4, this is the trade itself, right? So we had that down candle there, caused the up move. Okay, go to a 5-minute chart and zoom out a little. Okay, so we had the let's have a look. Yeah, that was our entry there. We had a fast move there. That was the Wyckoff entry right there. We've consolidated. We had some equal lows here. They got taken out, so take them out. Anyone who went long there with the stop loss below, take them out. And now we're slowly working our way back up to this price point here. So I will do a video probably tomorrow to do an update on the trade to let you know how it's going. But hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and I'll leave the link to ICT YouTube below. Cheers, I'll see you in the next one.